What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of our Celta Vigo career mode. As we jump into this one, you may or may not know it's been very, very close at the top. So I'll show you how we got on quickly last episode before I jump into some comments. We did take on Girona, we beat them 2-1, and we beat also Atletico 2-1 as well, mixed in with a 1-1 draw against Las Palmas and a 2-0 win against Malaga. Today's episode, though, we take on Bilbao. We then potentially take on Leganes and maybe even Villarreal before we go into the final month of this first season, where we still have to play Barca and Real Madrid in what could be quite important games when we're at the end of the season. But as well, guys, I want to say big shout out to Crack71, who also helped me turn on the handball, so I'm hoping they will be on for the series now. He explained how to do it. I went ahead and did it yesterday, so all should be good on that front. So yeah, thank you for that. Now, into some comments that I wanted to answer. The first one comes from the Box V3, who says, can we buy Guedes? He's really good. Can play on the left, right, striker, and cam too. Have a look at him. He grows well too. The problem with Guedes is I've actually used him in last year's FIFA. He was very good, actually. And I wouldn't mind bringing him in this series. But as you can see here, I did transfer list him. He is on, shortlist, I'm sorry. He's on loan currently at Valencia. He's from PSG, of course. And because he does grow well, we'd have to get this transfer done pretty quickly. Otherwise, he's going to probably get out of our price range. And I don't think we have enough to make it happen just right now. Whether or not we'll get enough to make it happen next season, we'll have to wait and see. But of course, if we don't, he's going to grow to an overall in which we just simply won't be able to afford. So I've shortlisted him. We'll keep tabs on him and see if we can bring him in. But for now, obviously the window's shut. We don't have a lot of money. We'll try and do our best next window potentially to bring him in. The final comment I'm going to answer before we go into game against Bilbao comes from Matthew, who says, do we see ourselves buying a big name player next season? If yes, who would it be? That all depends if we get Champions League football, if we win the league, or if we get Europa League football. Of course, whatever you're playing in attracts the better players, and we want to do that ourselves. But if we don't get Europa League or Champions League football, which it looks unlikely at this stage that we're not going to get at least Europa League football, then players just won't want to come to play for us unless we're able to give them loads of money, which is not the case. So in terms of who I want, I've got a few players in mind. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but it all depends on how we perform at the last few games of the season. Now, we're about to go into game one here. I'm going to make sure I've got my strongest team out available. I think, honestly, we just go with that side that played last time against Atletico and got the win. So Bilbao are 4th place at the moment. They are 4 points behind us. So victory here for them would close that to a single point. Of course, we want to keep back Bilbao and Villarreal because we want ourselves to get Champions League football. We're 2 points off of Barca. But if we do win this game here, we will move 7 points ahead of Bilbao. So that's the aim here. A draw will be enough as well. I've just realised we've got Player of the Month for Iago Aspas. He's picked up a Player of the Month, which is well deserved. He stepped up definitely in the last episode, scored a double in the first game against Girona, and also played very well in the other games. But without further ado, we'll go into game against Bilbao. Somebody also in the last episode asked for what our sliders are, so I'll show you those now. So in terms of the sliders, it's 50 on sprint speed and acceleration for the CPU, shot error and pass error down at 20. The speed and the for both of them are up at 70. The goalkeeper ability at 75, the marking and run frequency of the CPU also at 75, and the first touch control error down to 20. On our side, I didn't show you, my bad, it all remains at 50 as per usual. So that is the sliders we run with, of course, and of course it's legend difficulty as well. So let's get into game and try and beat Bilbao and take the gap to 7 points over them in 4th. And then it just matters whether or not Villarreal wins. That's the only other one. But of course, in many ways, this one's kind of like a 6-pointer for both sides here. So we'll see. Here is Sisto driving forward. And he finds Gomez in that middle. He will lay it back towards Vas. Great turn from the Danish playmaker. Gets the shot away as well. And it's only just over the top of the crossbar. For a moment there, I thought Vas had opened up the scoring with a fantastic effort. He's not far away from finding it, you know. That's a good effort from him. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Emre Moore doesn't deal with that, and that's off the woodwork. Instant reply from Bilbao, and they go closest. I've got to say, I don't know what the touch was from Emre Moore. Kind of gave it straight away as Pion Sisto here uses those pacey legs he's got to try and drive forward, and we find the ball through towards Aspas. who manages to keep hold of it here, Iago Aspas, and finds his teammate in Santi Mina, who will hold on to the ball. Looks backwards towards Vas, and that's going to be the chance going begging for us, but Bilbao so close to the first here. Aspas, great turn, gets in the box. He's on his right foot, though. He gets his shot away, and Kepa will keep it out. Good save from him. I've got to say, I'm a bit disappointed that Aspas couldn't quite shift it onto that left. Vas's header. Power behind it. But again, Kepa equal to it. Aspas, great play. Gomez in behind. Can he get the shot away? He can do! And we take the lead in the 40th minute here. Lovely finish from Maximiliano Gomez. Credit to Iago Aspas, who played him in. We've been a miles better team in this first half. And although he very nearly conceded the first when Bilbao struck the woodwork earlier on, we have found the breakthrough. And it comes from our number 7, Maximiliano Gomez. Lovely finish down to that bottom corner. Not many goalkeepers would have saved that, and that is the reason why we lead here by 1-0. The keeper for Bilbao actually have had a decent game so far, so he can't let that one get to his head. That's a great ball. Can Demisi win it? No, he doesn't. Inaki Williams wins it in the air, but we do come away with it, and we have the advantage. And there is the halftime whistle, ladies and gentlemen. We go into the break at 1-0 up, courtesy of that Gomez finish. Great finish it was as well, I have to say, but thus far, I feel pretty confident we're going to come away with this. We don't really look too stretched at the back. They have had that one chance, which was dangerous, but since then they've done absolutely nothing, so I feel pretty confident. Aspas towards Santi Mina, who's looking to turn, and he gets a little bit lucky to get the ball back. Here is Gomez. Strength, please, Gomez. Hold him off. He does hold him off. Sisto crossing deep. Aspas, free header! How have we not made it 2? How have we not scored the second there? Good strength from Gomez. Holds him off. We lay it out wide. It's a great delivery from Pion Sisto, and I don't quite know how Aspas has not put that in the back of the net. Gomez, Aspas over his Emre Moore. Good touch, and Emre Moore looking for the finish, and he's put it wide. It just will not come, that second goal for us. We battered Bilbao here. Miles the better side, but at the moment they're still within this game because they just need that one opportunity, and it might end up being a 1-1 draw here if we're not careful. We need to still defend this. I honestly don't know how we haven't had this second goal, but that's the way it stands. Ball over the top. Misi's got to win that header. He does win the header. Sisto gets the ball down and plays it to Santi Mina, who finds Emre Moore. Driving forward is Emre Moore. He's got Aspas for support. Sisto's making a run down the left if we can use him. Not at the moment, but Demisi's still on the ball. He does find Pion Sisto. Tries to cut inside. Gomez will pick it up. Look for the 1-2. There is Sisto again. Delivery from the back post towards Moore. It's going to be a corner. 90th minute corner. We don't want to do anything stupid. That's great from Emre Moore. Actually gets inside and whips the cross in. How has Kepa saved that? It doesn't matter. Aspas has scored. I don't know how the keeper kept that one out. It was a completely free header at the back post. It was Santi Mina with a header. And then Aspas is there to touch home to give us the second goal of the game. A 2-0 lead now. That should be the 3 points heading with us. Aspas with another goal now, taking his tally to 14 for the season. And we do win the game. 2-0 win. Bilbao now are 7 points behind us. We needed that victory. And of course, we now keep the pressure on Barcelona at the top. Look at their match facts. They hit the post early on and woodwork early on, but just couldn't do anything after that. We battered them. I also forgot to mention I had to promote 2 youth players to the starting 11 because they were about to leave the youth system. So the first one is Silviera. He's got a potential of somewhere in the region of, I think, about 83 to 87. And this guy, Cardoso, has a potential in the region of 84 to 90. So the only thing that's put me off about him is he's still very, very slow. And he's not exactly the tallest, so we can't even deploy him at centre-back either, like I like to do. Sometimes when you get your fullbacks who are not the greatest physically that you need them to be, because obviously you want your fullbacks to be pacey. If they're quite tall, you can just put them at centre-back and it doesn't really affect them. But unfortunately, Cardoso isn't tall enough to play that role. So I don't think, unless his pace grows up a little bit, they'll be involved that much in the side. He's got 72 acceleration, 68 sprint speed, but as I said, being only 5'10", I won't be deploying him at centre-back unless he gets better pace and jumping to make up for the lack of height. But regardless, we got to promote them both. We'll see what's going to happen, whether or not they'll get some game time in the future. We've still got loads of players sat in here waiting, all with a very good potential, barring Evan Tremblay. So, unfortunately, Evan, you are being released. See you later, mate. Other than that, everybody else is decent, unless he drops Neves. But then he's fast as well, so I don't really want to do that. I'll wait for some, messages to come back that say they want to leave, and then I'll promote them. But for now, it's coming along good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, as you can see here, Paulo Lopez has a contract expiring. He's 82 rated at 23 years old. I'm not sure what he's really going to be doing if he comes into the club. In the back of my mind, I know we've had offers, you see, for Ruben Blanco. So I'm kind of thinking if I bring in Paulo Lopez on a free transfer, then even if we do lose Ruben Blanco, we have another goalkeeper that can come in and play that role. So I'm going to accept that. So next season, we have Dani Garcia joining us on a free contract, and also Paulo Lopez on a free contract. So 2 new deals, very cheap on the wages as well. Between the two of them, it's about 55k a week, 57k a week. Not a lot, but hopefully they'll both do okay for us. I don't think they'll play a lot of games. The Paulo Lopez one is only just if we lose Ruben Blanco. Then that's why I brought him in, just to kind of be a backup maybe, because right now we actually don't even have a backup goalkeeper. Let me show you. We've literally got Sotres, who's on the bench, and he's 67 rated. So we don't actually have a backup goalkeeper at the moment. So I brought in Paulo Lopez with that in mind. I think it'd be best business to happen, and I'm pretty happy with that signature. So yeah, next season, 2 new additions to the team at least from pre-contracts. We've got Garcia and Lopez joining. Oh my goodness me, another player who I left on this youth scout, Daniel Legado, Spanish, looks like right back, 79 to 94 potential. Let's sign him up indeed. I think everybody else in here is pretty much going to be useless. So unless there's a really good one that comes through, I'm going to be rejecting nearly all of these guys. But Legano had a great potential. I'm very excited to see how he's going to progress in our youth academy. I think everybody else there has actually left for other teams. Got another one as well to go through as we get an offer for Johnny, which I've already rejected. Next one is this one from Canada. Again, I'm not really sure if there's going to be anybody in here, because I remember last time I got rid of everyone. Yeah, there really isn't. So let's reject all of these guys. None of them are ever going to make it into our first team. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll hopefully have some players next season breaking through into the starting 11 from our youth academy, which is stacked right now, full of players with mega potentials. Look at that. Legano, 55 rated, can already be promoted to the first team at 16. I'm going to, of course, leave him in here. But he's 6'1", so even if he doesn't grow in the way of physicals, we can play him at centre-back at least, because he does have that 6'1". So, yeah, he's going to have to improve jumping, though, I think. Overall, though, we've got a stacked youth academy. So next up is Leganes, and as you can see by the table there, we're now 5 points behind Barca. We need to win this one to close it back down to 2. The only other side of that is that we have actually got a 6-point gap over Atletico Madrid, and we have also played 1 less game than them. So our top 4 hopes right now look okay. It's just, can we keep up with Barca to try and not let them win this league title? That's going to be the question mark. But I set myself the goal of top 4. That's what it looks like we're going to be getting for this season if I can hold my nerve here. But we, of course, have to play against Leganes and try and win this game as well. We'll be 6 points clear even if we lose this of Atletico, and we'll have played the same amount of games. So we are still in a good position, but we want to keep the winning going and keep the pressure on Barca. Mayo, Gomez, turning, striking, not getting it correct at all. And that's the first chance of the game. And it was actually a decent one. The turn from Gomez was good enough, but the finish was not. And that's something we need to definitely improve on with him. His finishing's good, but then in certain situations, I just feel like he messes it up when he really shouldn't be. That's a great pass through. Mayo, please deal with it. Yes, he does just about get on the end of that ball. That was so close there. Hugo Mayo having to stretch very, very much to still get that ball. But yeah, a little bit disappointing in the finish there from Gomez. Gomez, Aspas turning, and he's inside. His shot is goal bound, but it's a good save by the keeper. A second chance goes wasted. Oh my goodness. We managed to get it onto Aspas's left foot, which is, of course, his stronger foot, but he couldn't finish the move off. Hitting his shot straight at the goalkeeper, and we need to defend now at the other end. Not being able to do it just yet. Hugo Mayo trying to hold off his man. It's going to come to them. Here come the opponents. This is bad, and Blanco is called upon for the first time in the game. 2 saves for theirs, 1 save for ours, and we approach this halftime whistle, and there it is. The score remains 0-0 against Leganes here. I don't actually know where they are in the league. I should have probably checked that going into game, but as you can see, The chances you've seen are the only chances from the game thus far. Something has got to give because we've not been good in this game. Gomez, Santi Mina. Now Aspas looking back towards Mina. Why is he going to Emery Moore instead? Mina was making a great run straight through the middle there. And Aspas should have just looked straight back to him instead of trying to find Emery Moore. And that's Mayos. Doesn't come away with it. Is that Sofiane Boufal here for Leganés? If it is, that's a great little piece of business they've done because he's a quality player. Ruben Dias getting over to defend that. But yeah, Sofiane Boufal may be playing here for Leganés. What a switcher player that is from Vas. Sisto. Gomez. One more inside to Aspas. Gomez make that run. There it is. Gomez. Oh, the touch again. The defender getting there just to stop us in our tracks. You know what this game needs? This game needs Abel Ruiz. Can the 17-year-old be the hero we need? Let's bring him on and find out. Still waiting for the change to come on here. Abel Ruiz, but we're going forward still. Here's Sisto on this left-hand side. Delivery needs to be good from Pion Sisto, and it really wasn't again. Today we've lacked really bad from wide areas. Our delivery on the wide parts have been so bad. Gomez wins that. Aspas is there. Gomez 1-2 with Aspas. There he is. He's through on goal. Aspas to finish it. And Aspas does finish it. Before Abel Ruiz will take to the field, we have the first goal of this afternoon. And it is Iago Aspas. Quality finish there to the bottom corner. Lovely 1-2 with a man that's about to leave the field of play, Gomez. But there you go. We find the breakthrough, and it's Iago Aspas, our star man. Great 1-2 with Gomez there, I've got to say. And then he stays cool and composed to slot that into the bottom corner. Lovely finish. That's not exactly ideal. Abel Ruiz is down at the moment with a little injury that he's just picked up in a challenge. I hope he gets back up because he's only been on the field for a matter of a few minutes. So it's not exactly the way I wanted to see that. As we find Pion Sisto, who looks for Abel Ruiz, who has picked up an injury. Great. Now, I'm hoping that's not going to be long-term. And actually, let's forget about that for a moment, because we've got to defend, because we're only still 1-0 up. And that's not great defending. Who's playing him on side? Gomez, why are you so far back? Diaz was not there. Hugo Maia's got to deal with that, and he does. But yeah, hopefully the injury that he's just picked up there, Abel Ruiz, he can either jog off, or that he's not long-term. And this is Aspas straight through the middle, looking to get on that left foot. He's onto his left foot, curling it. Deflection might take it in. No, it won't. It'll take it over the top. We get a corner. But if we still win this game by a goal to 0, it's going to be overshadowed by the Abel Ruiz injury. Diaz has got to score. Oh, man. In search of his first goal here for Celta Vigo. Ruben Diaz gets on the end of a corner. And unfortunately, his header was not on target. Still searching for that first goal. Of course, he's a centre-back, so chances are it's going to take him quite a while to get it. But it would have been nice if he'd have got it there. No way. I've just ran straight past him there. I've got to do better defensively. Pion Sisto now running backwards. They've laid it out to this left-hand side. And they go one more here. Can they get a 90th-minute equaliser? Please, no. Please, no. Delivery in towards the box. Clear it away, Gomez. It's one in the air. We need somebody else to get on the end of it. Aspas will, and that should take us over the line. There we go. 1-0 win. We held on to this. It was a very slender 1-0 win. We didn't really do a lot in the way of chances this game. But we did get one important one that was scored by Iago Aspas, the man that gave us the points here. Look at those match facts. A lot closer than we saw from the previous game against Bilbao. Now, the injury to Abel Ruiz, I'm hoping is not going to be a long-term one. So we'll find out how long that's going to be in just a moment's time here. But nevertheless, another 3 points should hopefully now basically secure us top 4. All right, so it's a sprained knee for Abel Ruiz, so he's only out for 3 weeks. It could have been worse, so I'll take that. As I said, though, has that secured us top 4, or pretty much? Let's have a look. So we're on 66. Barca on 68. Atletico and Athletic Bilbao are on 57. So we're 9 points ahead. And we actually have better goal difference massively against Bilbao, but only 1 better goal difference than Atletico Madrid. So there's 7 games remaining. There's 21 points to play for, and we have 9 in front. Atletico are going to have to go on a good run, and we're going to have to lose pretty much all of our games for them to claw this back. But it's been decent. So now we face Valencia. It's a sim game, this one, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Next up, we got Sevilla, who I might actually have to play, because I want to try and get revenge against them for that 3-0 defeat they gave us earlier on in the season. It's a good team that Valencia have got, but we have arguably a better one. And Santi Mina goes alongside it today. Gomez scored to give us a lead. That's Maximiliano Gomez, not our defender Gomez. Johnny comes on for our defensive Gomez as Aspas converts a penalty to make it 2-1. Cancelling out a Zaza equaliser currently. We're into the last 15 minutes and Misi is red carded. But we will hold on to a 2-1 win against Valencia. A very good result indeed. Get in there. So Pion Sisto just grew to an 80 rated. That makes it now 5 in our start. Wait, no, 6. I can't count. My maths is off. 6 in our starting 11. That's very, very good indeed. We've also got Raj on the bench as well, who arguably could have been in there. You know what puts me off? The only reason I don't play Raj is because of his physicals. Like, look how slow he is. 58 acceleration, 49 sprint speed. Like, if he was a bit better in the way of pace, maybe he would feature more for us. I mean, even Busquets better than him in pace. He's got 59 and 60. So, yeah, at least he's more well-rounded than that. What's Vass saying? See, Vass is decent. I like it to be at least 70 if I can, but yeah, that's the reason we don't really play Raj. Lobotka has a decent one as well. He's got great stamina, actually, as this young man, and that's probably the reason why he's able to play a lot of games. But nevertheless, we are closing the gap. We're still 2 points behind Barca at the top. Exactly the same games played. We have 2 games in hand on Villarreal, Real Madrid, and Bilbao. That's ridiculous. We're 9 points ahead of Bilbao and have 2 games in hand on them. That's crazy. All right, so we're going to go into the final game then. We're going to take on Sevilla for the second time this season. The last time we played against them, they, of course, beat us 3-0. Ben Yedder scoring 2 of those. I've had to change around the side slightly due to fitness. So we bring in Basogog, we bring in Johnny as the red card picked up by the Miti can't play. Cabral also starts at the back in place of Gomez. Other than that, I didn't really want to, risk losing this one by playing weaker players. So I went with that side, even with a few fitness issues. So we'll see how it's going to play today. But looking for revenge against them after last time. We'll see if we can get it. Let's get into game and try our best. Vass, good turn. He finds Santi Mina, who strikes it. And this save is there. We started this game off a lot better than we did last time against them. Let's just say that. Ben Yedder, at this point, had nearly scored to make it 1-0. Emery Moore, lovely ball towards the edge of the area. Mina's there again. And Santi Mina opens up the scoring inside 6 minutes. Yes. What a start it's been to this game in place of the last one. 3-0 lost to them last time. Now we are actually on the score sheet and have started off very well indeed. Santi Mina has found the breakthrough. I actually want to see what their team looks like, actually. I didn't actually check it, so I will in a moment. Emery Moore's delivery and Santi Mina's strike gives us a 1-0 lead. Let's check out that Sevilla lineup, actually, just to see if it differentiates from the last time. Ben Yedder still starts up front, so we still have to worry about him. It is the 4-2-3-1. Correa's there, Messer and Enzonzi holding. It's a decent team, that, from Sevilla. But as such, we have taken the lead in this game. Looking for revenge. Can we get the 3-0 on the other side this time to us? Here is Wissam Ben Yedder. Looking to go forward. Diaz on the overlap. Vazquez, Correa, Vazquez! I mean, what on earth was that? How on earth can you stop that? There is no way. I mean, I shouldn't have taken both centre-backs over, but look at this. He just shoots and Blanco just stands there and goes, well, there's no chance I'm saving that. Let me just watch it go into the top corner. I mean, it's a great strike, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how that's ended up in the back of the net. And he's back to 1-1. And we are getting opened up now by Sevilla, who come forward yet again. The delivery towards the back post. Hugo Maya wins that, but it's Steven Enzonzi. And it's 2-1 to the away side. I've got a feeling Sevilla are going to be our kryptonite here in this series, because this is ridiculous. There's nothing I can do against this. And it comes from Johnny not making the run down the left. I'm not going to blame it on that. But seriously, man, I can't stop them scoring. Delivery's not great. And Hugo Maya makes a meal of this as he heads it back across. And then Zonzi just, I mean, yeah. I think we've got a kryptonite side in our hands here. I want revenge against them, and it's just probably not going to happen. Had a great episode in the way of we performed, and yet we go into the final game against Sevilla and crumble. 2-1 down. Johnny, Santi Mina's in. Santi Mina! No! He's put it wide! Everything was perfect apart from the finish. And that's probably the first thing he's done wrong since he's joined us here from Valencia. I've got to say that. I can't believe it, though. When we need him to finish, he puts his effort wide. That's frustrating. And if we're not careful, we might concede a third. I don't understand why. We just don't seem to play well against Sevilla. And if we lose this game as well, it might put our title hopes in jeopardy. And that's a 1-2 with Ben Yedder and Hugo Mayo. He's just played a 1-2 with our my player. Oh, my goodness. I can't get the ball off him either. Ben Yedder backwards to Leyoun. He lays it wide to Enzonzi. Enzonzi in good position. He finds Vazquez. We made a tackle. Vazquez still has it. And he lays it out wide. And Marlos is in. And that's good defending from Cabral. As you can see, I just can't get the ball off them. And there is the third of the afternoon. Enzonzi completely unmarked from a corner. And it's Sevilla 3, Celta Vigo 1. This is ridiculous because it's not exactly like they're having a good season. Yet we just can't seem to play against them. Maybe it's the formation. I don't know, but Enzonzi all of a sudden... Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, all right? Wait. How is Enzonzi scoring that? We've had 2 goals against us today that just simply shouldn't have gone in. And that is Vázquez's effort to the top corner that was hit at 80 miles an hour, in which the keeper just couldn't do anything. And then he does that against me to make it 3-1. Just end the game, please. I just can't be bothered. So now we've got Emre Moore playing holding midfield and Vas playing right wing for some strange reason. Not quite sure why, but as I say that, Emre Moore just intercepted that pass. Maybe his secret position is a centre defensive midfielder. But nevertheless, this is going to be a bad way to end what has been a good episode. Aspas, great turn. Inside, Enzonzi's back. Hang on. Since when has Enzonzi been this good? He scored 2 against me to give him the win, and now he's defending back up the other end. Vas's delivery towards Santimina, cleared away as far as Ruben Diaz, who finds Emre Moore. Moore, still on the ball. Can we get something else going? His cross is blocked by Vázquez. This game's ridiculous. Still searching for a third here. Oh, sorry, a second, sorry, which will bring us back on level terms. Basago's shot was deflected straight into the hands of the keeper. At this point, I just want to get this game over and done with because I don't know what I've done wrong again here. But for the second time this season, we've conceded 3 against Sevilla and are heading for yet another defeat against them. Maybe next season it'll be better for us, but honestly, I don't understand how on earth we have crumbled here again. We took the lead in this game, for goodness sake. And yeah, I couldn't even hold... Oh, not a fourth. Anything but a fourth. Come on, boys. Anything but a fourth. Correa's having me off. He's mugging me off. Oh, my days. How on earth have we nearly conceded a fourth there? This is utterly ridiculous. I'm not happy one little bit about the way we played in this game. I can't even blame the fact that we had fitness issues for a few players. As Pion Sisto's driving forward, he's got more pace than that defender, surely. Doesn't matter because the cross is poor. It's going to take us over the line. We're into the last 3 minutes. Genuinely don't know what has happened here. Vas Basogog in towards Santimina. And we don't have a second. The keeper saved it. So, we end the game off. 3-1 loss. For the second time we've conceded against Sevilla. 3 goals. I just don't know what to do to stop them. I mean, when you concede this, it's not exactly going to be your day, is it? Look at this. First time, bang, top corner. I've got no idea what my keeper was doing. But then Enzonzi pops up, gives him a second. And then from a corner, as if he's like the world's best player. Corner's whipped in. First time volley. Thank you very much. Top corner. There's legit nothing you can do against that. So, yeah, I mean, look at those match facts as well. That game's a tilter right there. That game is very much a tilter. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be how we end today's episode off. Ending on that defeat, we'll start the episode off next time again with a game against Villarreal before we go into games against Barca and Real. Probably going to sim Levante and Deportivo. But as it stands in the league table, guys, Barca are top on 71. We're 2 points behind. Barca did end up losing their game. Aspas is also on 16 goals. They're in second place. But yeah, Barca lost to Deportivo by a goal to nil, who we beat 6-0 earlier on in the season. Real Madrid are in third, having played 2 extra games than us. We are 2 points ahead of them. Villarreal as well have also played an extra game than us, and we are 4 ahead of them. We are 6 ahead of Bilbao, who have played 2 extra. So we need to pick up some victories next episode to make sure that we don't fall out of the top 4. That's our first aim. But next episode, we are fighting for the title against Barca, and 1 defeat could stop us from maybe getting it. Exactly the same games. We, of course, will have to rely on them potentially dropping points, because if they win their remaining 5 games and we win ours, they'll win the league by 2 points. So we do have to have them drop some points in the next one. But we also need to bounce back in the right way. Losing 3-1 in our last game to Sevilla when we're playing Villarreal not too long later isn't exactly ideal. And that's even more important, I've just realised, because they're 4th. So next episode definitely is going to be a good one, and you won't want to miss it. If you're not already subscribed and you like what you see, that is down below. Alongside that is a notification bell, so you can never miss an upload on the channel by activating that. Or so YouTube will say anyways. But yeah, from me for today, that is it for the 4 PM upload. I will hopefully see you all again later on at 6 PM tonight for another video. And just make sure you don't miss the next episode in this series. The finale of Season 1 will be next episode. Can we pick up a league title, or at worst, top 4? Join us next time out to find out, and I'll see you all for it soon. Adios.